Hi, my name is Julia. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is You Are Unforgettable. Yes, you are unforgettable, and Spirit is going to remind you why. And I had been listening to some music earlier, and I was thinking, what topic should I do today? I have a whole list of, things people recommended or requested. And then all of a sudden this song by French Montana had come on, Unforgettable. And I was like, you know what, Spirit? You're right. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do Unforgettable. So, you are unforgettable. And we're going to have 5 piles today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to show you them a little bit closer up. I don't know the name of all the flowers, so if you know them, feel free to leave them in the comments, but I'm just going to go by color. So for pile 1, we have well, I know this one's a rose. We have the rose. You know I be loving my stickers. So pile 1 is the rose, the pink rose. Pile 2, we have this beautiful blue flower for pile 2. Pile 3, we have this beautiful yellow flower. And I think I did know the name of this one at some point, but now I can't remember it. So this is pile 3. Pile 4, we have another beautiful pink flower, different from the rose. Pile 4, this beautiful pink flower. Ooh. And then for pile 5, last but definitely not least, we have this beautiful yellow flower. So as per usual, timestamps will be in the description and the comments. And oh yeah, I just want to say I'm feeling so much better. After I got back from traveling, I had been under the weather, and so I've been taking things slowly and getting a lot of rest. I am feeling a lot more better. Still at nighttime, I wake up with a little bit of a cough, but so much better than I was feeling. And I've been getting back to all of my emails on people who have been wanting to get the personal readings, which has been awesome. And I just want to say I appreciate everyone's patience with me. And I appreciate everyone who's booked readings with me. And also the people who have sent donations. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. It really helps out. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I read every single comment, and I just want to say I see all of your guys' support and appreciation, and I always appreciate all of your kind words. So I just want to say thank you. So okay, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I will see you guys at your piles. Let's take it to the reading. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the rose, pile 1, this is your reading. What makes you unforgettable? And as I laid these cards down, pile 1, I have to tell you, I think you're somebody who's really good with animals, because in both the animal decks I used, freaking a bunch of freaking cards just came flying out, and I was like, whoa, the animals are really speaking to pile 1. So I think you're an animal person, which is way cool. I'm an animal person too, so mad love, So I'm going to go ahead and read what came out, and this is really interesting because there's kind of 2 parts to your reading, pile 1. I'm going to read to you, of course, what makes you unforgettable. And also, there's something that came out here as I was noticing as I was laying the cards down in the middle, that it's who can't forget you. So it's kind of obviously you're the first pile I'm doing. I don't know if the other piles are going to come out like this, but so yours is, what makes you unforgettable, and a little bit also of somebody who can't seem to forget you, okay? So let's get right into it. Okay, so coming out first, good God, pile 1. The High Priestess. Boy, your intuition's on point, isn't it? Isn't it, pile 1? Isn't it? What makes you unforgettable is you've predicted things. So I'm channeling here. You've predicted things that have happened. And I feel when you did this, there was people who, I don't know if they necessarily thought you were crazy, but I definitely think they didn't believe you at first. And then when these things came to pass, these people can't forget you. It makes you unforgettable. It's almost feeling like prophecy. It's almost feeling like prophecy. It's like you told somebody or a group of somebodies or many somebodies something that was going to happen. And oh boy, didn't it happen. And now people I'm hearing is they still think back to that and they're like, I can't believe it. Like, wow, they were right. I also have to tell you, coming out next to the High Priestess, we have the Devil. The High Priestess and the Devil. Yikes! Along with the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. And you want to know what makes you unforgettable? Is you a bad motherfucker. Pile 1. You bet. You, if you wanted to, you have the spiritual energy, I want to say the spiritual authority even, where if you wanted to, you could. Oh, Pile 1, you could. You could really cause some damage if you wanted to. And yet you don't choose to. You remain kind to people. And that makes you so unforgettable. You have the High Priestess, the Devil, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse. You could straight cause so much problems for people if you wanted to, because you have that energy to do it. But you don't. You remain kind, loving, and giving to people. And people will never forget you for this. Okay? I also have to say, I'm getting a little bit of an energy here. And this won't be for everyone. But for somebody, recently somebody might have tried placing some kind of energetic work on you. And I'm not smiling like I think it's funny. But it didn't work. I don't know if you're aware of it. You might have seen certain signs. It doesn't mean it hit you, but there could have been little things that were going on around you that made you start to be like, what is, that's different. But you might have, still feeling fine. Everything's still going great for you. But you notice like the little signs, like something's off or that's not usual. Somebody might have tried placing some energetic work on you recently. It did not work. But this is not for that. This part won't be for everybody. So I don't want to be like, fear-mongering or causing somebody to think, oh God, did somebody hex or curse me? Don't worry about it. Even if they did, it didn't work. But I just, maybe later this week or next week I'll do a reading on it, if anyone's done spell work or something like that. But it didn't work. But for somebody here, I do feel that. But not to worry. I could definitely see it. You're still moving forward. Like, you're still good. Okay, do I want to do these first or... Okay, yeah, let's do these first. Let me see. And this is what I mean when I mean like the animals. Like, look at how many of these. These are the animal cards. And then right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards of each of the animal decks. Oh, the animals are speaking to you, Pile 1. Okay, so I feel on this one, I almost feel like it's not... It's a little bit telling me about what makes you unforgettable, but I think this is more kind of telling me about who you are right now. I feel you're somebody who's disconnected who's stopped working with a lot of people or in a lot of groups, maybe certain crowds that you used to run with, you stopped because you didn't want to deal with people with parasitic nature. I feel that right now you've been on a mission and been guided ever towards the light and being brought to, it's interesting, emerald tablets of thought. Turn thy thoughts inward. Something about faith, always, and children of the... Now I'm hearing different things. Hold on. Something about always facing the light. You've been on a mission towards the light. It's almost giving a feeling of the hermit. So they're showing me somebody didn't like that. Somebody might have even tried to do something to attack you because you separated from a group. They underestimated you. You had to put someone in their place. Now you stay very grounded. You were very good at weathering the storm. People underestimated just how regenerative you are. And now you're really happy. Or you understand your emotional depths and you have a high emotional intelligence. Even when you're going through things, it's giving like you're not in the wounded warrior phase anymore. You're coming out of that. But now you're very open to your emotional depths. Very beautiful. Okay, let's keep going here. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is where I was saying that it might be somebody who can't seem to forget you. I'm seeing a situation here. Somebody turned their back on you and went to begin. This is feeling like somebody you used to be connected with. This is who can't forget you. This is a specific somebody who can't forget you. I'm sure there's many people who can't forget you because pile one, you are unforgettable. But this is a specific somebody. Somebody who it seemed like there was something promising. You had something promising with some kind of connection. With the Four of Wands in reverse up here, it might have even been somebody who might have seemed like a twin flame or a soulmate at some point. But this person didn't begin something with you. Instead, it feels like they turned their back and went to begin something with somebody else in the dark. It also feels like this person listened to a lot of gossip about you and turned the other direction, went with what they were hearing. And then this person ended up getting badly betrayed. Badly betrayed by whatever group they were going towards. They didn't, and then they tried to hide how badly they were hurt and how badly they took a loss. And I'm seeing is that you are still there for this person, despite what they had done to you or were doing to you. That you are probably one of the, it looks like the only one who's still around for this person after they were betrayed. And that's why this person will never forget you. Ever. This person will never forget you. They think about you all the time. Yeah, I'm seeing, oh, it's so interesting, these cards. Come on, sorry. So this is the King of Swords card. What an interesting image, if you could see it, for the King of Swords card. It's two women playing tug of war. Looks like on the beach in bikinis. It's coming out in reverse. So this person did something really manipulative. It feels like to put you, maybe triangulate you or put you in competition. This is for whether you're a male or a female. It's feeling like they did something, they were being very manipulative. They thought they were smarter than everyone, including you. And they were trying to, it feels like they were trying to feed their ego and have you in competition for them. And this was something that might have been very hard for you to heal from, but you had to steer away from this person. And now look at, oh my God, I don't know if you guys can see it from that angle. I almost want to get up so I get a close-up. Look at this, now this Two of Wands, look at this person. Do you guys, I don't know if you guys see it, the size of this shadow, this being that's following this person now. They are being haunted by the memory of you. They cannot forget you. This person's ego, this person's shadow side is bigger than themselves, bigger than their whole life. And they can't forget you. They were so humbled in the situation they had with you. This person feels like they can never heal what happened. They'll never forget you. Okay. So that's who can't forget you. Had to come. It came out the way it did, and I'm just going to read it as the way it comes out. I'm also seeing, oh God. You're unforgettable because even when you didn't have much, and even when things were really done unfairly to you and done very unjust, you kept moving forward. You never let anything hold you back or keep you stuck or down. No matter what, you keep fighting and moving forward. It's like you refuse to let anybody put your fire out. You refuse to let anybody put your light out inside you. You continue to regenerate. It's almost like it's resilience is what it's giving me. And you guys just continue to move forward despite everything that's happened, even when you had nothing. Coming out down here, we have assistance and worthy in reverse. Even when people... Even when no one helped you. Even when nobody showed you value, you continued to love yourself and move forward. And a lot of people with awareness and solar plexus coming out in reverse is what I'm picking up on is there are certain people who are trying to... This is strange. People who are trying to remember and hold on to an old version of you, somebody who you're not anymore. People are trying to still associate you to a time before you had understood your power or awakened to your power. Maybe to a time when you were more dealing with some self-esteem issues, some self-worth issues, when you were having a hard time remembering you know, your strengths, and you are still learning how to love yourself. People, there are certain people who are having a hard time accepting this newer, transmuted, transformed version of yourself. It's like you have been reborn of the ashes, and some people are having a hard time accepting it because they haven't changed. So they're trying to hold on to this past version of you, but they can't. I mean, coming down here, we got sudden wealth and main female, and this is for whether you're a male or a female. Is you bad, baby? You bad, baby? You is bad. Like, you a baddie. Like, the people can't deny the change in you. People can't deny the growth in you, and people will, as much as they want to hold on to a past version of you, they know the truth. They've seen what you've gone through. They know that despite any of the lack of health, lack of fairness, you've somehow, I'm hearing, got it out the mud. Got it out the mud. Like, you did that. And, you know, good for you. These people will never forget you. I am also seeing there's something here about some of you have a really beautiful way of dressing. It's something about your clothes. It's something about your, I don't know, aesthetic, the way you put yourself together. It's something really classy about it. It's not overly done. It's very classy. I think you might be somebody who, what's the word I'm looking for? I just drew a blank, but, you know, oh God, I hate when I do that. Not just jewelry, but you have, like, you know, in your aesthetic, you might have jewelry, hair clip, little things that you add, and it just, you come together nicely. You come together very nicely. Whether you're a man or a woman, you might have, you know, a nice piece you wear, or, you know, your shades, or it's just the way you're put together. It's very nice. You're very nicely put together. You look like money, baby. You look like money, even if you're not flashy. Some of you could be, but whether you're very flashy or not, it's something about the way you come together. You're very well rounded, very well put together, and you look good, baby. I see you. Now, you also got a lot of cards down here. These animals is speaking today. Oh, yeah. You've taken a lot of leaps of faith. You had to take your leap of faith away from certain people and certain crowds. You are, pig spirit, use your mind wise. You're highly intelligent. People know this, and highly intuitive. Your guides want you to know that you're never alone, and you are always enough. It says there is always enough here on the koi fish, but I'm being told from my guides, you were always enough. Regardless of who showed it to you or treated you that way. They want you to know you are always enough, and they don't want you to forget that. They want to make sure you don't forget and never forget how worthy you are. You've done really good at setting healthy boundaries, and that's part of the reason why a lot of people will never forget you. It's like, I think a lot of people thought they would always have this all access to you, and they don't. They sure don't. And now that they have to, you know, see you from a distance and see how much you've changed, they'll never forget you. Especially, there's something you predicted. I see that here. And a lot of people are like, okay. And then when it happened, they were like, oh, shit. You know, like, what? People know your gifts now. And there's people that, you know, the people that you've had to let go of because they weren't giving you the love and reciprocation you deserved are the people who will never forget you the most. I think they really believe they would always have all access to you. And now that you're glowing, growing, blossoming, healthy, beautifully changed, got it out the mud, reborn of the ashes, people see you. They see your beauty. They will never forget you. Beautiful energy here. Highly psychic, highly compassionate, highly intelligent, emotional, and like, you know, I wouldn't say regular intelligence, mental intelligence. I don't know. My brain's starting to draw blanks. It's not even a Mercury retrograde. Oh my God. Anyways, sending you guys so much love. I'm going to take it to pile 2. So that's what makes you unforgettable, and that is who will never forget you. I'll see you guys in another reading or another pile. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the blue flower, pile 2, this is your reading. What makes you so unforgettable? Because you are unforgettable, pile 2, and let me tell you why. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, pile 2, is that you're a very kind person. And I mean very kind. You treat people like family. When you get to know people and you like them, you treat them like family. And I think that there's been situations in the past where people that you've treated like family, like, took that for granted, or maybe mistook that for like a weakness or something, and maybe have tried to, you know, use or abuse your kindness, and thinking that it would be easy because you are so kind. You know, a lot of people tend to do that. Unfortunately, they tend to think, oh, someone's nice, they have a big heart, they must be stupid. Wrong, right? And I think you taught them a lesson. I think you ended up turning your back on them when they thought you wouldn't, because they thought you were too nice. And you went ahead and ended things, and you humbled these people and taught them a great lesson. Like, yeah, no, I treat you like family because I saw something good in you. That doesn't mean you get to treat me like crap. And now these people will never forget you, because they will never forget the kindness and the love that you showed them and the love that you gave them. And I think they realize not everybody's going to give them that kindness and that loveness. Oh, you guys are that pile. Did you hear Venus? Hold on, I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm coming, baby. Mommy's coming. Okay, hold on, you guys. Okay, here she is. Say hi, baby. Say hi. Everyone's missed you. Everyone said, where is Venus? We love Venus. We want Venus. You big baby, you. Oh, I love you. I love you so much. Mi amor. I love you. Say hi to everybody. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish reading the cards. Okay, mi amor? I will see you in a little bit. Your food's right there. Sorry. Okay, you guys. Go on, baby. Go on. Okay. Don't knock that over. Don't. No, baby. No. Okay, sorry. I am so sorry for that distraction, you guys. Venus wanted to make her cameo appearance. She's getting ready to go sit on the laptop, I think, and turn the music off. But we are still great. I'm happy she came and graced us with her presence. Here she goes. She's... you... I love you. Don't do it. Okay. I'm here. I am here. You guys have my full attention now. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Yes, that there are certain things that you were quick to cut off because, you know, you're not a dummy. You're nice, but you're definitely not a dummy. And people will never forget the love and the kindness and support that you showed them. And I think that the kind of there I go. What is this loveness word? Are we making up new words today? Perhaps. You'll be the loveness file. Anyways, the kind of loving kindness support that you showed people, I think they'll never forget that because they don't really, it's not common. Like the amount of love you show. I mean, down here, oh my God, look at this. Down here, I'm kind of jumping around on the board now, but we have lion spirit next to mouse spirit in reverse. And what this is telling me is, oh, you are so generous. You have been so generous with people. People will never forget the amount of generosity you've shown and given to people. And whether you've had a lot or not a lot, I feel that you've been very generous. Even just generous of spirit, generous of time, generous of your energy, and just very caring, loving. See, there we go. I guess we're skipping the loveness word now. Don't you jump on the camera. Don't you jump on that camera. Sorry, if she jumps on the camera, I'm going to have to pause this again. No, mama girl. Mommy girl. Come on, baby. Come down from there. Don't make me pause this. Come down. Come down. Mama. She loves your energy. I'm just talking about the lion. Here comes the cat. Anyhow, my apologies for the distractions, y'all. But coming up next to the mouse spirit in reverse, it says tend to the small things. What this is telling me, especially with what's come out up here, pile 2, is you're willing to overlook the small things. Like when you're not just going to cut somebody off on their first mistake, you know. It's not like somebody makes a mistake or an error. No, it happens. And I feel you're a very understanding person. But what it is you're not going to let somebody abuse you. Abuse your kindness, take you for granted. It's when people do the big things, like think like, oh, this person's stupid. I can steal from them. I can lie. I can cheat. I can get over on them and be like, a-hole. or something, then it's like, no. No, 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 no. Now you fucked up. And that's when you cut it clear off with this death card. You know what I mean? And then once you've turned your, that's when you're forced to have to turn your back on people and teach them a lesson that they're not going to get away with the Seven of Swords in you after you've been generous of spirit and treating them like family. And people never forget you because of how good you were to them. It's not something, it's not as common as you think, especially these days. I'm also seeing, oh boy, you could spot a liar out. Ooh, pile 2. She is literally meowing at the wall. We might be having spirit activity right now. Baby, you want out? Okay, 1 second. Let me let her back out. I'm so sorry, you guys. 1 second. Okay, pile 2. I am so sorry about that. Okay, so, yeah, you can spot a liar out like that. I feel that, yeah, because right here we have this 2 of Wands in reverse with the Page of Wands and this Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Swords is vice versa, Page of Wands is vice versa, and the 2 of Swords is not vice versa, but reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, yeah, people, it's just like, because see, this is you. This is not vice versa. You see, and for those of you who have, or for anyway, I feel the need to just share this right now. If anybody's new to the vice versa deck, the way you can tell if it's vice versa or not is not if the person is facing forward or back, but it's more specifically if the suit, what kind of suit it is, like if it's a wand, if it's a sword, if it's a cup, that will be on the left-hand side when it's facing forward. When it's not vice versa, the suit will be on the left-hand side, and then either the number of the suit or what court card it is will be on the right. So see, on this side, it's vice versa. Now the suit is on the right, and this is on the left. This way, the suit is on the left. It's facing forward, right? So this is you. And this is somebody else with the liar card. See how the suit is now on the right? So this is you looking at a liar. This is you looking directly at them trying to lie to you. People can't lie to you. People cannot lie to you. You see right through people's BS. And it's like you just kind of look away, like you don't want to deal with it. But people, I think there's been people who've tried to come at you with some like extreme like BS, thinking like, I think maybe because, once again, because either of your kindness or your generosity that you would like buy it easily. Like, oh yeah, look at, maybe this person's a dummy, or they're so nice, or they think maybe because you're nice that you're not up on game or something. And you're able to see like right through it. Like right through it so fast, and you're just like, is that, like, really? Is that the best you got? Yeah, maybe not. Let's not do this. I don't even want to have, it's like, the feeling is that it's like, I don't want to have to even embarrass you by calling you out on your lies. Like, can you not? Like, can you please not? Okay, so let's keep going here. I'm also seeing with the King of Cups, oh, another Page of Wands. King of Cups in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse. I'm getting that you're not one to be emotionally manipulated either. I feel there's been people in the past who have tried to, like emotionally manipulate you. Like, if you don't do this, you don't love me. Or if you loved me, you would do this for me. Or just a little, and you're not like, no. I think you're too emotionally intelligent for that. I think as people, it's once again, it's almost giving the feeling of that you have such a big heart and you do so much for a lot of people that they feel like that they can just easily have their way with you, or almost maybe even come at you with some kind of entitlement issue. Like, oh yeah, well they should do this for me because they do this for everyone else, and I feel like you're not having it. I also am seeing something here. Yeah, we have this Six of Swords, High Priestess reverse. Ooh, King of Pentacles reverse. This one, kind of like similar in pile 1, is this is also showing me somebody, it's showing me, why you're unforgettable, but it's also showing me somebody who will never forget you. And this is somebody who I feel, somebody who felt that you would need them, and that they wanted to either keep you it's like somebody wanted to keep you a secret and they never thought you would take a leap of faith to move away from them. Or it's that somebody who you were connected to was keeping secrets. Like they had somebody else they were keeping a secret on the side and they didn't think you'd ever find out and take a leap of faith away from them. And you did. They thought that you wouldn't be able to make it without them. Somehow they felt like you needed them, and you did. You moved away, and for that they will never forget you. Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing that kind of mirrored again down here with this. What some of you in this pile might be divorced, or somebody who left a very serious commitment. That might not be for everyone, but for some of you, I feel like at some point you might have left some kind of a serious commitment, or somebody you were with for a long time, or maybe even lived with, and then ended up went ahead and left. And the person you were with, whether it's that they had, maybe more financially than you, or they just felt like you would always need them, because it feels like I'm seeing like with wealthy man in reverse, privileged lady reverse, mature woman, maybe even somebody, and I don't want to make it gender specific because it doesn't have to be, but it's almost giving the feeling of like if you were, say if you're a female and you were married, ooh, my ear is clogging a little bit, sorry. And I'm getting better from being sick, but boy, the aftermath, right? Okay, so it's giving the feeling of like, if you were ever like, if you're a woman and you were ever married, like, so, like the ex-husband and his mom never thought you'd be able to make it on your own with the privileged lady in reverse. Now, this could be roles reversed, and I know this part won't be for everyone, but you're coming out as the great fortune. Like, you're making it without somebody because you're refusing to repeat a cycle, and because you passed that karmic lesson, Spirit's taking care of you. Whether you have all the money or not in the world right now or not, it's coming to you. You're taken care of. You're not going without. Is what it's feeling like. Also, what I'm seeing is that rejuvenation. Yeah, and you've greatly rejuvenated. You've greatly healed from many things that you are no longer a vibrational match to, and you're able to let that go. And people will always forget. Forget? What a Freudian slip. Interesting. That's weird. Okay, so people will never forget how much joy you have. That no one was ever able to steal your joy or take your joy from you. I can tell you're coming out of... I'm hearing a song. I don't know if any of you know this. It's an older song now. It's by The Killers. Called Mr. Brightside. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It's like from like, I think the early 2000s. But I just heard that song with this oyster in reverse, like the clam coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. And the beaver, they build structures. It's like, I think you have tore down certain structures to rebuild yourself so that you wouldn't lose your joy, and so that no one could steal your joy from you. And it's like, yeah, like with this Six of Swords about moving forward, and it's a big trampoline. It's like you took that leap of faith and you moved forward, and you left things behind, and you left people behind, and the people who mistook your kindness for weakness and tried to take you for granted or take advantage of you, you cut them off. And for that, they will never forget you. Because they will never meet somebody who's going to show them that same love, kindness, support, and treat them like family. Taught them a good lesson, pile 2. And that's what makes you unforgettable. So that's what I have for you today. I'm going to go ahead and take it to pile 3. I hope you guys will feel called to like and subscribe. Hi, pile 3. Oh, yeah, are we on pile 3? Yeah, oh, sorry. Pile 3. If you chose this yellow flower, pile 3, this is your reading. What makes you unforgettable? And I feel it's what you've been able to transmute, pile 3. I'm seeing something here amazing, that something, I feel at some point you might have been bullied, or people might have tried to bully you. I don't know if you actually were bullied, but somebody might have actually tried. But if not, at least it's like you went through some kind of mental turmoil and you were able to heal from it and come out of that place of being like a wounded warrior and completely transform your life. And people will never forget. I'm hearing people will never forget what they put you through or tried to put you through, and that you were able to come out of that more resilient than ever, and people will never forget that. I think a lot of people regret what they put you through or tried to put you through, is from what I'm seeing with this 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands in reverse, and the 4 of Swords upright. You healed from it and came out of that. I'm also seeing that with the Vulture in reverse, you don't use people, you don't prey on people, and people know this about you, and they'll never forget that about you. They know you're not a vicious person. I think that's a big part of why they have a lot of regrets for, you know, what they tried to put you through or what they did put you through. I'm also seeing here with Turkey Spirit in reverse, White Raven, Spider Spirit. So yeah, there's a lot of people who you've stopped giving to. You've had to stop giving to. You chose to stop giving to. I think a lot of people realize just what a magical person you are. I think the way you make things happen and the way you do what you do can only be described as magical. There's something almost, whether you're male or female, it's like giving almost like whimsical. And I say that because we also have fairy magic down here. There's just, you could be, you don't have to be, but you could be somebody who has like, say like a Gemini rising, or, you know, like some heavy Gemini placement somewhere in your chart, because they often have like, it doesn't have to be Gemini, but there's something youthful about your appearance. Like I feel like you're somebody who looks younger than you really are. I feel right now you're really working on trying to make your dreams happen and come to life, and I think it's working out for you, or it's about to be. I'm also seeing that, oh, look at all these moons. Wow, look at that. Let me show you guys. Ooh. Look on these 3 cards. Look at that moon right there, the moon right there, and that moon right there. And what Spirit's telling me is that you help people work through their fears. You're somebody who helps you, because you've worked through so many of your fears. You help other people to work through their fears, especially with this 9 of Swords in reverse, and it's vice versa, which tells me something about other people. Yeah, when other people are having a hard time and they try to hide it, you can always tell, you can always spot it out, and you're somebody who helps people to move forward. I feel you help people who are having a lot of, like, say people who are having like mental health issues and they don't want other people to know. I think you're somebody with a keen eye and you can spot it, and you are somebody who really offers, like, from a true place of like compassion. You offer assistance and help, and you help people to work through their fears so they get where they're going. I think due to the struggles and other things that have happened to you in the past, you have a keen eye for it. Like, you can spot it, you know. It's like, you know, they say like game recognize game, but I know it's not game. It's just that you understand it, and you see it, and it's like because of your knowledge and experience, you're able to help other people like navigate and maneuver through things that they might be struggling with. And that's beautiful. Okay, now on this part right here that I'm coming to, I know I couldn't help. I just started like, oh God, streaming this channel like right as I was laying the cards out. I was like, who is this? This is not that reading. But I have to say what cards come out because I'm not a liar. Like, you know, I'm not going to dare not say it because this isn't that kind of reading. But it came out, so it's for somebody, and I know it might not be for all of you. And if you don't want to hear it and you want to choose a different pile, I understand. And I really try to stay away from like the twin flame topic, only because there's just a lot of people get stuck in loopholes behind the twin flames, and I try not to go in the readings where I feel like it's gonna maybe keep people stuck. But it came out, so I have to say it. Okay, so somebody's twin flame, or we'll say, you know, spiritual counterpart, we'll say, came through and just tried to hijack a good portion of this reading right here, and all these messages came out, and I was like, who is this? What are you doing? This is what makes, you know, pile 3 unforgettable reading, not what is their, you know, soulmate counterpart want to tell them. But somebody's counterpart came through, and they want to say that so just, you know, if you don't want to hear this, just fast forward a little bit. I'm sorry. I just have to, I can't lie about what I see in the cards and the channel I'm getting. So they want to say they understand who their role is in your life now. They want to say that they are having a hard time moving on from you. They want to say that they wish they had never worked with other people and they wish that they had They regret coming together with somebody else in the past is what it looks like, or trying to hide something like that from you, or not come together with you. They now see that, oh God, yes, I know. Look at this Strength card. You see the two beings perfectly matched. They feel that you are their strength and that you are a perfect match for them. They also understand why you stop showing the giving, like, they don't know. It's not that you, if it's like, not the feeling, I'm trying to put the words in right. It's not the feeling that they feel like you stop loving them, but they understand why you stop giving to them emotionally. And they want to start something over with you. Okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to pull any more cards on that. All those cards jumped out together. So that's as it came out, and I started hearing the channel instantly. So I'm just going to leave it there. I could pull more cards on that, but that's a totally different reading. So clearly this is somebody who cannot forget you. So you're unforgettable to this person too. So I'm also seeing here, yeah, they're, okay, with the keys on here, I feel there's somebody that you've, somebody will never forget the time that you let them into your, it's like you let, I feel there was like a, for most of you, this might not be for all of you, but I'm seeing something about an incident where you let somebody come stay, either whether it was your house or where you were staying, like maybe somebody didn't have somewhere to go, or was, if they did, maybe they were having problems at home and you opened your house up to them, or you let them come to where you were at so they didn't have to be alone or out on the streets, and somebody will never forget that. They will never forget that. You are unforgettable to this person. They will never forget that night, that kindness that you, and the warmness of when you opened your, you know, you welcomed this person and you opened yourself up to this person and let them in. There's also somebody who you had partnered up with in the past or did some kind of business or work with, and they thought that the way you guys worked together was unforgettable. The way you guys were able to get things done, unforgettable. They'll never forget it. They think you were like they almost feel like you'd be the perfect person to go into business with. Like they're like this, they're like, me and this person, we work together so well. I'm also seeing here that people love the way that you're able to, it's like you're somebody who's willing to almost like, it's like to dare or to take a gamble to try something new, and it like and usually ends up working out, or try doing things in a new way that ends up working out really well for you. And people don't forget that. There's something, it's almost giving the feeling of something very innovative. Also, people like the way that you're able, that you're not scared of the storm, that you're not scared of the hard times. It's like you don't let these things scare you or bother you. You get through it every time, and you know it only makes you better. There's also something about you that's not complicated, but there's something complex about you that unique. How's that unique? You're not simple-minded. I'm trying to find the perfect words for how this energy is being shown to me, channeled to me, and it's that you're not simple-minded. You have a very intricate way of viewing things and perceiving things that gives you a fresh perspective that others aren't used to, and it makes you, it's very unforgettable to people because a lot of them think like, wow, I would have never thought of that, or I would have never looked at it that way, or wow, maybe they're right. I never saw it I never saw it in that, from that light or that angle. Like they really like the way you view things. They feel you have a very intricate way of thinking, a very complex mindset. And a lot of people are, I think, really inspired by your innovative thinking and the way you're able to view and perceive things. That makes sense. Oh, you're brutally honest. Look at the size of this on this truth card. Look at the size of that truth. People will never forget your honesty, even if it means having to be brutally honest. I feel you're somebody who's not going to sugarcoat. Like, I think you're a very kind person and a very nice person, but you're a very honest person. And boy, is that admirable. In my book, that makes you right up there. Boy, I'll take that honesty, even if it's a painful truth. I'll take the harsh truth any day. And I think you're that person who will be brutally honest with people. And you'll tell people what they need to hear. Not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. And good for you, you know? Good for you. A lot of people who come across you, they never forget you because they feel like they were destined to meet you. They feel like they were destined to cross paths with you. There's something about you where they're like, I feel like I was meant to meet this person. There's something they feel in your energy when they come across you, like, this is special. Like, I feel like I know I was meant to meet this person for a reason. And they just feel like coming across you was destined for them. Let me find out you a magical book. And there's something about the way, like, it's almost like not just shifting timelines, but people feel like you're able to shift realities. It's giving almost the feeling, I'm surprised the chameleon card didn't come out, because it's almost like the feeling like you could be with certain different crowds. You could be with certain different people who are very much from different walks of life, and you can blend in and you would fit. You wouldn't be like that square peg in a round hole. While you're very unique and have a very unique way of looking at things and viewing things, people know that it's like you could go to this side of town or you can go to that side of town and you're going to be all right. You could be with people who've got a lot or people who have very little, and you'll be all right because you know how. It's almost like you can get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? It's that feeling of like, you know how to go. It's like when in Rome, you do as the Romans. You know how, you know. It's like, you know, when, how you are what you need to be when you need to be it. That kind of applies here too. Like, you know how to not just blend with the crowd. It's not that you conform. It's that you belong. It's that you can be anywhere and you wouldn't be like you don't belong because you know the energy. It's like you can get into that frequency. I hope I'm making sense. You know what I mean? It's like you know how to shift into the frequency to. You can meet people where they're at. How's that? I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. But yes, and people will never forget this about you, Pile 3. Very special energy here. I really like this. And I just have to say, I want to thank you for what I see here that you do for people who are going through mental like struggles or, you know, working through fears. I feel that you really are able to spot that in people and help them. And I want to thank you for that because, boy, doesn't the world need that right now, you know? So that's what I have for you. And this is why you are so unforgettable, Pile 3. I'm going to go ahead and take it to Pile 4. I will see you guys in another reading or another pile. And I hope you will feel called to like and subscribe. Bye. Hi. Whoop. Pile 4, if you chose this beautiful pink flower, Pile 4, this is your reading. What makes you unforgettable? Okay, so there's a lot that came out here, but I'm going to start off up here at the top, and this might not be for everyone, just this little part of this message up here. It's a little bit specific, but I'm going to go ahead and read it as it came out. So, and then I'll continue going from there. So here we go. So it looks to me, whether you're a male or a female, Pile 4, that there was a situation in the past where you had two hating-ass females giving you a hard time. It feels to me like these people were trying to stop a lot of things for you. These two, and it feels to me like it was two females. Now, you know, doesn't have to be gender specific. Energy is very fluid, so you can swap this around and make it fit however you like. But what it's showing me is two females, and they're both coming out in the reverse, who were really just two big haters, and they were trying to stop a lot of things for you, and you had to end up defending yourself from the problems they were causing you. And this was all, and they might have even tried throwing some energetic work on you. That's very possible. If not, they were just doing something very manipulative, or they might have forced you to do energetic work in order to protect yourself. Place it how it fits. But the reason for this is they were mad because they didn't want it's like almost like it feels like because somebody who liked you or somebody who had feelings for you, and they knew this, and I don't know if this was maybe two people who were involved with this person before, or if one of them was in a connection with the person, or both of them, or something, but the reason for it was because of somebody who had feelings for you, and they didn't want you and this person to come together. They really tried their best to knock you off course, you know, do things so that you wouldn't be able to heal a connection, and they weren't able to drop a tower on you. I see that. And they weren't able to have you down bad, but they sure tried. And these two people will never forget you, because it's kind of like, it's the energy like, you can have a problem with me and you can have a problem with me. The two of you could team up and you still couldn't even get nothing done. You know, it's like something like that is what the cards are showing me. So yeah, so these two will never forget you, because despite their best efforts, they weren't able to really accomplish whatever their foul goal was. Whatever their goal was, to bring you down, cause problems, have you down bad. It's like it didn't work, even though they teamed up together. It's like, you know, yeah, it's just the feeling of they had nothing more in common than having a dislike for you. And so they got together and just tried to stir up some, and it didn't work out in their favor. And so now they'll never forget you. Okay? All right, so now let's get into the regular stuff of what makes you so unforgettable, pal. For I'm seeing that, oh, you're good with children. You are great with children is what it's showing me. You are great with children. Some of you might have had a hard time, I don't want to say with your parents, but it could be very much so that growing up, that despite, it's almost like despite maybe not getting all the nurturing love and affection that one would kind of be expected to get, you're still yourself very nurturing, loving, and affectionate, especially to children. If you are a parent, what makes you unforgettable is how much you love your kids or your child. Like I'm seeing here, like just the look of this child, like on this sun card, it's just being highlighted so brightly to me that you're a very loving parent. If you are a parent, if it's not that you're a parent, you're just there. It could even, oh yeah, it's not even that it could be. It's that also there's something very childlike, and you have like a certain childlike innocence that almost is like, I'm hearing, this is an interesting channel. Wow, I'm getting this one right now. It's like a fountain. It works like a fountain of youth for you, despite whatever your age is. There's something very, you've somehow maintained a certain childlike innocence or a childlike wonder in the way you interact with the world. This is all being channeled right now. You maintain some kind of a childlike wonder and childlike innocence. There's a special, very special purity of heart in you that people will never forget. It's almost magical. They're showing me like children. Okay, this is all being channeled right now. They're showing me like children unwrapping Christmas presents, like on that first day of Christmas, like that childlike wonder, like, oh wow. It's like there's something about the way you see the magic in the world that's so special. Like you see the wonder and the magic in things that others wouldn't notice, that others wouldn't even be able to understand. It's like you see certain things others just miss, and you see the wonder and the magic of certain things, and there's something, it gives you this specific purity of heart that's very youthful and magical. Yeah. Also, there's somebody, it feels to me somebody from your past who you cut off and stopped talking to, will never forget you. This is somebody who looked at you like a soulmate. They might be a soulmate. I don't know if this is not showing me necessarily if it's necessarily like twin flame or something, but somebody who, or at least somebody you knew since childhood, but you had to make a wise decision and, you know, to cut this person off, but this person will never forget you. I'm also seeing that you have an extreme, it's a very interesting energy here, because they're showing me that you're highly intelligent. Oh, I'm getting a ringing in my right ear right now. Yeah, there's this really unique energy I'm feeling here right now. Okay, it's kind of like, despite having this like childlike wonder and everything, there's this really wise intelligence you have. It's like really interesting balance. There's something really unique about you, and this is what makes you unforgettable, is you have this wisdom and this high intelligence paired with a childlike innocence or purity of heart, and it gives you this really unique balance. It's like an old soul trapped in a young body, despite however old you are. There's something very youthful about you, but people notice a certain wisdom in you. And so I think it throws them off, because they see this like purity of heart, and some people might even sometimes, I think, mistake it for like a naivete. I'm trying to decipher or describe this energy to you the best as I'm feeling it. So some people, I think, might even mistake it as like a naivete sometimes, but you're far from naive, and they realize that quick. After talking to you, people realize you are very wise and very smart, but there's something almost just a certain purity to you that's unmistakable. Very nice. And I'm getting confirmation in my heart right now. I'm getting little taps. I have a few of the clairs, and I get the clairsentience sometimes when I get confirmations in my reading. So I'm getting, you know, the ring. Yeah, another tap in the heart. Ooh, some of you might have a loved one coming through. Grandmother, maybe? I'm going to continue reading, but that's for somebody. Yeah. There's no cards on the board that say this. This is just something I'm getting right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if somebody lost, like, I just feel like somebody who came to this pile lost somebody, like, rather recently. And if that is you, I know that won't be for everybody, and I don't wish it for everybody. I clearly don't. But for somebody, my deepest condolences, and that person is around you. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm also seeing... Oh my God, what is this? And you're fearless, too. Wow, pile 4. There's something here that happened. Somebody will never forget you because there's something you did. This is almost looking like a very dangerous situation that somebody else was in. Somebody was in a really hard... It feels like somebody was in a really hard situation, and they called on you for help, and you came through and helped them. And that person and a lot of other people, it's feeling like one of those situations where people would be like, are you fucking crazy? That's dangerous. You could have got hurt. Like something like that. And it's, yeah, I'll give you an example. It's kind of like, say, if you're like you don't have to be a girl, but if, like, whether you're a guy or a girl, but say if you have a friend who's a girl, right? And she's in an abusive relationship, and she calls you and she's like, I need help. He's gonna... or something like that, and you're like, don't worry, I'm coming for you. Even if you were like, say somebody like, you know, me, like you're just, you know, under 120 pounds, and you're just like, it's one person, like, what are you gonna do against somebody's, you know, big scary boyfriend? Like, but you're like, I'm not scared. I have all the good faith, and I'm gonna help you. I'm coming for you. And you go and you like help them. It's showing me like with this moon card, like you helped there's something you did here, pile 4, where you helped somebody out of a situation that they were in that was, it feels scary. It might have even been like a life or death situation. Or it doesn't have to be like the example I gave. It could even be like, say, hey, if you're a guy and, you know, one of your guy friends, you know, one of the bros or one of your homies is out, you know, shooting pool, and he gets into a big old fight with a bunch of guys, and he hits you up like, hey man, I need you to come get me out of here. One of these dudes got the gun or something crazy, you know, and you're like, hey, I got you. And you're just out, and you go and you get, like, they're showing me, yeah, and I'm getting a confirmation myself. There's something here happened where somebody was either in some kind of a danger, they were in danger or an abuse, and they called out for you for help, and you came through. Because this person, to help this person, because they were like either trapped in fear or needed help out of a situation. And I'm very much seeing that, like, see, this is the King of Swords, but I don't know if you see it. There's a guy on a horse with a whip chasing another guy, and the guy's running, like he's running from something. He's in danger. You see, because they were being either abused or picked on. You see in this 9 of Swords, where this person's above them, they're somebody bigger, like, or more dangerous is picking on them. And then you come through and help them sneak out to get out of that situation, to get them to safety. Something like that. So, and because you helped this person out in this situation, and you're able to help them get out of this situation where they were either being hurt or in danger, this person will never forget you. They will never forget the amount of bravery you had and how you came through for them when they were able to count on you. Somebody was able to count on you, and you helped them out of a very serious situation, and they will never forget that. Okay? So I'm also seeing, okay, with cow in reverse and beaver upright, what I'm channeling right now is there's something about that. Okay, this is going to sound crazy at first. You're not lazy, but you're slow. And I don't mean slow in a mean way. I know that kind of probably sounded wrong. You're not lazy, but you're slow. And what that means is you're not a lazy person, but you do things more slow paced because you want to be sure that it's done right. It's something about laying a solid foundation and doing it right. It's something about not cutting corners or not cheating or trying to do it the quick, easy way just to get it done. But it's like you're going to pay attention to the... giving Capricorn energy a little bit. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Capricorn, but, you know, Capricorns are very sometimes slow because they take one sure-footed step at a time to get to their goal, to make sure it gets done right. It's like that feeling of, I'm not just going to cut corners and it's all going to fall apart later. I'd rather do it right the first time and make sure it gets done right. And if that means I have to do it a little slower, I'll do it slower, but it's going to be done with quality. You know, it's like that, you know, so it's not, you're not lazy. It's not that you're not getting something done. It's that you're taking the time to do it right. It's the energy, and people don't forget that about you. So I think some people might be like, yeah, I want this done and I want it done fast and I want it now. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it like that. I am going to do it my way, the way I know how to do it, so that I know it gets done right. And people don't forget this about you. They know that you do things that you take, it's almost like taking pride in the quality of your work. Okay? The message I'm hearing right now with this message of concern in reverse is, you don't let, I'm hearing the phrase, I don't concern myself with things that don't concern me. It's like, if you hear people talking about stuff that's not any of your business, you don't pay attention, you're like, it does not concern me. I don't need to hear the gossip. But also, I'm also hearing something else about not caring what people say about you. I'm hearing also, it's kind of like, if you do catch wind of like something harsh that somebody said about you, you're kind of like, ooh, ouch. Ooh, that hurt my paycheck, not. like I have other things to worry about. I'm worrying about the quality of my work that I'm doing right now. I'm not really worried about what you have to say about me because you contribute nothing to my life. Like, something like that. And people don't forget that about you, that it doesn't matter really any petty things they say or try to do to get, try to get at you or peck at you, or it just kind of rolls right off you. And people don't forget that about you. They're like, nah, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to like poke at this person because it doesn't bother them. They kind of seem like, it feels like to me like you don't let little things like that bother you. It's like, you're like, why is that of importance in my life? I'm worrying about the high quality things, and that's a low quality behavior. Something like that. I'm also seeing that people know you're not an emotionally manipulative person. That's cool. Oh, this is what's up. Now this, my hat is off to this one. I'm also seeing change of mind and integrity. Wow, pile 4. Okay, so I love this. Okay, so it's like you are a person of good stature, and you do things in good standing. You do things in good faith. You have a lot of integrity, and you have so much good. You do things in such good faith and good standing that your integrity is strong enough to influence others around you to make the right decisions and do the right things too. Like, say if you have a friend and they've been hanging out with other friends, right, who do some, like, low vibrational, questionable activities, we'll say, and like stuff that you're like, I'm not with that, and they come around you and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go with them and they're gonna go do this, and you're like, hey, you're the person who will be the voice, the sound of, like, the voice of good reason. Like, you're the one who will be like, hey, like, get over here, let me tell you something. Like, what are you thinking? Like, you're better than that. Like, why would you lower yourself to that? Like, I think it's like you're the kind of person who will it's like you have a way of telling people, like, nah, man, you're a better woman, or you're a better man than that. I see so much more in you than resorting to that kind of behavior. Don't do that, man. Like, what? Come with me, let's go do this. Like, you're way better than that. Like, you have a way of influencing people to not lose their dignity. Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's integrity. Woo, that's sexy too. Who is you, Pile 4? Okay. Yeah, and people will never forget you. You're very unforgettable because you're not somebody who they can get stuck. People, if they try to set traps with you, you see through it every time. And I think it's that something about your childlike wonder that I think sometimes people might mistake for a little bit of a naivete. Like, they might think like, oh, this person's not up on game sometimes. But once they realize and speak to you a little bit, and they realize how smart you are, they realize they can't get you stuck. You're not one who's just going to follow the crowd and go with what everyone else is saying, because you have too much integrity. And you're not one to, with this earthworm in reverse, I'm told you're not one to hold back what you need to say or what needs to be said or done. Like, if somebody does, like, it's kind of like with this integrity. It's like, if somebody does something that you're not cool with or okay with, you're going to speak up about it. You're not going to bite your tongue or just fade off into the dark and be like, oh, I don't want to gonna have it. I'm not gonna have anything to do with that. But I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just going my way, mind my own business, mind my own business. You're like, no. This is not right, and I'm gonna speak up and say something because you have all that integrity. Wow, love it. So this is what makes you so unforgettable. Very unforgettable. And I think there's something striking in your appearance. There's just something I've seen in a few of these cards. It's something either about your hair, or it's like your physique that's very, very appealing. I can tell. It's just like I keep seeing something in the physique of the people on these cards. It's like, I don't know, there's something about you kind of gives that feeling of being larger than life because you have such a unique energy. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. Love this integrity, love this energy, love that childlike innocence. This is what makes you so unforgettable, pile 4. I'm going to go ahead and take it to pile 5. I'll see you guys in another reading or another pile. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, pile 5. If you chose this beautiful yellow flower, pile 5, this is your reading. What makes you unforgettable? And there's a lot here, pile 5, so let's get right into it. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm seeing what, I'm going to start just calling out all this stuff I see here that makes you so unforgettable. I'm seeing here that you're not one to be manipulated. People, I think people have maybe tried you in the past and weren't able to really get one over on you. And that people never forgot, like, you are not one who's easily manipulated. I'm also seeing that because you're not a manipulative person, and I feel that that's, of course, you know, it's like, hey, I don't manipulate people. I'm not going to tolerate being manipulated either. And people don't forget this about you. I'm also seeing here that you're very patient with people. Not that you let people play games or leave you like hanging or anything like that, but that you understand that there are certain processes and things that take time, and you're if it's worth the wait, you're willing to wait for something that's worth it. I hope that makes sense, but it's something about being patient and waiting on the right timing of things, and people know that about you. They know that you're not trying to rush things. People also feel that there's something very daring about you, that you're willing to take risks or dares, and you're willing to give things a shot or give it a try. Like, you're not somebody who's going to be too overly cautious. I also feel that what I'm seeing here is that you will fight for what you want. You will go after the things you want. You're not scared of a little competition, but it's not like you like to be in competition or you put in competition, nothing like that. But it's more like if, say, like you're in a competitive field, you don't let that scare you off. You'll go after what you want. I'm seeing that here. I'm also seeing, though, that while you're patient, you're not going to wait around for something that you know is not going to happen. Though you're not a dummy. You're definitely not a dummy. Like, you're not with this. The first card coming out with this Magician in reverse, instantly I heard you're not one to be manipulated. So it's kind of like you'll wait for something that's worth the wait with this Three of Wands, but with the Two of Wands in reverse. But you're not going to wait on something that you know is not going to happen. Like, you're not one to sit there and be what let somebody give you, as they would say, like the okie doke, like give you the run around. Like, you're not going to sit around and wait on that, but something that's worth the wait, you'll be patient, and you're definitely daring and will take a risk. Maybe even, I'm hearing, even possibly calculated risk or dares on things that are worth it. It's like you're not afraid to go after the things you want. Ooh, we have a little situation the cards are showing me right here. With this Two of Wands, Four of Wands vice versa, Tower vice versa, Seven of Wands vice versa. Okay, let me tell you what I'm getting right here. I'm getting a little channeled message, just a little situation. It feels like that happened. There was a situation where, I don't know if this was like somebody you know, maybe like a friend, maybe even family, or could, I guess, be a coworker, but most likely it feels like a friend or family. Went into, it seems like some kind of connection or partnership that you knew was going to end up in a train wreck, and you tried to warn this person about what would happen, like that this is going to end up a nightmare. This is it's going to end up in a disaster, and you tried to warn this person about what you foresaw. I feel that you're probably then very intuitive, very intelligent, great instincts, very keen intuition, keen instincts, and you saw something that was that somebody was coming together in some kind of partnership or union that was going to end up in a disaster, and you tried to warn them, and it feels to me like they turned their back on you and went ahead with it anyways. This might not be for everyone because it is a little specific, but I think this is going to be for a lot of you. That you tried to warn this person because, you know, as a good friend or family, of course, you're going to let them know, like, hey, this is going to end up bad, and the person turned their back on you and didn't listen, and everything that you said ended up happening, and this person is now wishing they had listened to you. Everything you said would happen happened. It ended up in a nightmare and a disaster, and everything looks like everything fell apart in whatever that connection was, and now that person cannot forget you. They think about you all the time. They wish they would have listened to you, and I feel almost like it's giving the feeling like they haven't probably talked to you in a while, or maybe if it is somebody you're in contact with, it doesn't really feel like you are, but if it is somebody you're in contact with, it feels like they haven't talked about it or brought it up, like, hey, you were right, or I wish I would have listened to what you tried to warn me. But it's for a lot of you, I feel like you maybe haven't talked to them. Maybe it feels to me like they turn their back on you to go into that connection, despite I think they knew you didn't have ill intentions. I think they know you're not a bad person, and that's not like you're not a manipulative person. First card come out, you're not a manipulative person, and I think this person knew that, but it was because they wanted this connection to be what they wanted it to be, they dismissed you. And so now they're wishing they would have listened, and it feels like they might have, in some situations I'm seeing here, their person they were connected with might have even made them turn their back on you for the connection. Like, no, if you're going to listen to them, then if we're going to be together, then you need to cut them out. And now they're wishing they hadn't turned their back on you. And I think a lot of them, if they're not in contact with you, want to be in contact with you, and they'll never forget you, for one. And if you are in contact with them, they'll never forget you trying to warn them. And they wish so bad that they would have listened. Seeing that here. Okay, I'm also seeing, oh yeah, this is especially, okay, so this one might not be for everyone because I know not everybody will have kids, but if you do have kids, one of the most unforgettable qualities about you is that people know that the sacrifices that you make for your kids, people know you're willing to, you're willing to do anything for your kids, and it feels to me like a lot of you have made some great sacrifices for your children. It's almost like there's no burden you're not willing to bear for your kids. And that a lot of you, I feel, have made either a lot of sacrifices or done a lot of extremely hard work that would be considered burdensome in order to make a good life for your children. And it's one of the most unforgettable qualities about you. I think a lot of people, when they think of you, especially for those of you who are parents, they think like, wow, like what this person has done to make things happen for their kids is unbelievable. I'm also seeing here something about a situation where, what is this? Somebody who, this can go multiple ways. There is somebody either who, it's almost like they wanted either, this can go in so many multiple ways, and because this is a general, like a collective, in a sense, a reading, even though it's a pick a pile, but it is for like multiple people who will see this, many people, this will play out in different ways, but it's something about somebody who I feel you're not in contact with anymore, somebody who might even indulge in partying, but I feel like, to me, like they used to like to indulge in you or wanted to indulge in you. They found there's something they found very addictive or very appealing about you, like almost, I feel like they felt like they just had to have you in one way or another, maybe in the worst way, who knows, you know, but something fell apart here. This person felt like they just had to have you. I don't know if you guys did hook up or if you didn't. This might be somebody who was already in a partnership, but this is somebody who you've had to disconnect from and you stopped like connecting with. It stopped moving towards, like that. This situation didn't go anywhere, right? But it's a feeling of that person feels like, why am I hearing apocalypse? What does this even mean? Something about this person feeling like ever since you left their life, they feel like it's been the end of the world for them. Like the apocalypse. Like they feel like the apocalypse, like the heavens have rained down. This person might be like really dramatic. I don't know. But it's so funny. Something about like, it just feels like the end. They feel like it's been the end of the world for them. take that for whatever it means. This, I just have to say how I'm hearing it. Like, they feel like the whole, like, their life has not moved forward and they can't stop thinking about you. And for some of you, it's that they wish they hadn't, now I have to say a second storyline I'm seeing here. So if that didn't apply for some of you, it might be that there was somebody who you used to be with who gave in to their lower nature and had an addiction of maybe cheating. Like, they might have had some kind of, like, maybe sex addiction or cheating. And you might have found out about this or known about this. And I think that you're maybe even divorced or not with this person anymore, and it's like ever since the relationship fell apart, this person feels like, once again, I'm hearing apocalypse. Like, their whole world is falling apart. They don't know how to move forward ever since you've been gone. Yeah. No, I'm hearing that. Sorry. I don't like to just always break out in song because I can't sing, but that's what I was hearing. Something to that nature. And so this person cannot forget you. Not only can they not forget you, they can't stop thinking about you. You are heavily on their mind, like often. Often? Like often. Okay, so I'm also seeing, ooh, you are a smart pile 5. Wow, check you out. With the waiting game and truth in reverse, what I'm hearing here with the waiting game and truth in reverse is when somebody comes at you or presents something to you, or you come across a situation where you know it's not the truth, you're somebody who, like, you don't get all worked up like, you're a liar. You're real cool about it. What they're showing is you'll be real calm about it, because you'll sit back and you'll go find the evidence and present the evidence so that it's like you know how to call a person out without losing your cool. You know how to take your time to go get the receipts. It's something to that nature where it's like, okay, I'm not going to stress this. Let me just go get these receipts and this proof, or get the facts before, it's like you don't lose your cool, but then you come at people and it's feeling like a real cool energy of presenting it like, well, let me just show you this receipt and this and that. And so, it's like you're not trying to, I don't feel like that you're trying to humiliate people, but it's just, you have a way of presenting people with the cold hard facts and undeniable truths that they can't sit there and continue to lie about, Like, you're not one to be easily fooled, manipulated, okie doke. So it's letting me know you have a very quick wit, a very keen mind. I'm pretty sure you don't miss a beat. And you got you know how to get the proof, the backing, the evidence, if you will, to back up what you're saying or what somebody else isn't saying, to show that you know what's up. Nice, very nice. I also see here, I have to tell you, I'm seeing something about independence. We have freedom is yours. Reclaim your power, feline independence. Okay. Yeah, so I feel that, you're not, things that you used to, there might be a certain time in your past where you held back a lot on certain things, but now it's like you're just like very fearlessly moving forward. I feel you're somebody who's reclaimed your power. If there was ever a time where things had slowed down for you, it's like I feel like you've really stepped back in your power, or stepping back in your power now and making things happen, and you're making a lot of bold moves and moving forward fearlessly. There's something very special about your independence, about the energy is that you're somebody who thinks for yourself. You're your own man or your own woman. You're not one to be influenced or coerced into conform to the crowd. You know what I mean? It's like you have no problem speaking your mind, standing your own ground, because you know how to be your own man or your own woman, to think and speak for yourself and to do what you want to do and not be swayed or persuaded by other people to do something else. It's like people can't bend your will easily. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe, probably not at all. I feel like you very much will, you're your own man or your own woman. It's just that simple. And also I feel that you are not somebody who seeks, what makes you very unforgettable is that you don't seek validation. You do what you do because you want to, and because it's because it's the right thing, not because you're doing it for validation. It's the feeling of, you know, with this recognition in reverse, it's like, if, say for instance, if you do something to help somebody out, like, or if you do some kind of humanitarian work, like, or you say you go down to help feed the homeless, or volunteer time somewhere, or even if it's just simply helping a friend out who's going through a hard time, I feel you do it because you want to do it, because it's the right thing to do, because you can't help them. You're not doing it because you want that recognition and reward, like, you know, I'm such a great person, I just went and I helped so-and-so out, everybody look at me, admire me, look at me, feed my ego, stroke my ego. No, as a matter of fact, I feel you do a lot of quiet good deeds. Good deeds that you don't really go brag about or tell everybody about, because you did it because it was the right thing to do, because you wanted to, right? I love it. And you have a lot of faith. You do things in good faith, and you had a lot of, I hear you have an unshakable faith in things. Very spiritual. Unshakable faith. It's like, you know that Creator's got your back. You know you're connected. You're tapped in. I'll put it to you like that. You have an unshakable faith because you've experienced it work through your life. You've experienced what the divine can do and what they've done for you, and it's given you an unshakable faith. Ooh, okay. With this coffin and message of concern, the channeled message I'm getting here is, okay, yeah. So, all right, this is what I'm getting. It's nothing to do with death. Actually, with this coffin and this message of concern, what I'm hearing is that the second you find out anybody's on some shit, like anybody's screwing you over, trying to manipulate you, you're quick to end it and put an end to it quick. Like, no. Right there where you have, that is right where you can stay. I'm gonna leave you right there. Like, I'm not with all the shenanigans. I'm not with all, you know, I'm not with it. I'm just straight out, I'm not with it, right? It's like right as soon as you catch people running some kind of manipulation, some kind of gang, trying to get over on you, trying to use you, rob, steal, lie, cheat, all that, that's, you put an end to it. That's the quick, you're like, you can, like, people will find out real quick, the quickest way to be exited out of your life is to try to run those games, and you'll be quick to put it into it. I feel, yeah, because, because right now you're at a place where, what the cards are showing me with this turtle in reverse and this cosmic egg, is that you've come to a place of completion, of completing out so many cycles, and so you're not going to entertain things that were part of an old paradigm, things that, you know, you've already experienced and learned the lessons of in the past. The second you can peep game real quick. You see what's going on, you know it. You have a keen intuition, very smart, you see it. You're not one to be manipulated, so as soon as it happens, you put an end to it, because you're now coming into you're entering into a new beginning that has been protected by the divine for you, and you're entering into that. So it's like you're coming out of, it's like, I feel like if there was ever a time in your life where things had slowed down, things are picking up now, and you're coming out of your shell, and you're coming to this new beginning that's been protected for you for the divine. So why would you entertain any low vibrational behaviors of the past? And people know this, people see this, people know you're not one to be manipulated. I'm also seeing here, wow, one of the most unforgettable things about you, this is amazing, you might be some kind of genius. There's, if not, you know, genius, it's, you're very intelligent. The reason why people cannot manipulate you is because of your keen mind. Quick wit and keen mind. I'm being shown, what they're showing me here with this rabbit and the eel, is that you have a way, like say, you come into a situation, what they're showing me is if you come into a situation where the odds are against you, you have a way of making it still work out in your favor. Like, if you're dealt a real hand, like say if you played poker, if you were dealt a shitty hand, you'd still know how to like play that hand. Like you know still how to play out of that hand and probably, you know, come out with some money. You know what I mean? Like, it's something about, you know how to turn a situation around when the odds are, When you come across an unlucky hand, an unlucky situation, or a situation where it's just the odds are heavily against you, you have this way of maneuvering the situation so that somehow it plays out in your favor. And I think a lot of people are mind blown when they see this happen. They don't understand how you did it, but it's in your keen mind. It's something about the experiences of knowing how to shift energies. It's something very unique. Not a lot of people have this, and it makes you very unforgettable. The people who have seen you do this, they know how smart you are, and they're like, I think it's something. This is almost like, sounds like something that would be in, like, this is how you shock people, because there's something here very unique in this energy, and I'm trying to put it into words the best way I'm feeling it and channeling it. It's like situations that feel almost impossible, like wow, like not may the odds be ever in your favor, like it's like situations like 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000 or even 1 out of 1,000,000, and somehow you pull it off or get out of these situations that were just heavily against you, and people are like, how did you manage that? How did you do that? But it's something in your mind. You have a unique skill set in your mind, or a perception, or something very intricate in your thinking of giving you a way of maneuvering situations and understanding how the energy flows, where you're able to, it's almost like you know how to use, and I know this sounds harsh, but it's not done in a mean way. It's almost like for survival, where you know how to use people's, they're showing me kind of like in jiu-jitsu, like when they're grappling, like how they use someone else's strength against them. Like when somebody comes at them really hard, instead of trying to come at them with the same strength, they grab onto that person, they roll with them onto the floor, and then when they're on top, then they can like play their own strength. It's like it's something like that, where it's like you know how to use somebody's strength against them, where you'll roll with their strength until you can get to a place where you can turn it around where you're on top. Very, very smart. And people will, and the people who have witnessed you do this in situations, and this isn't necessarily with like fighting, I suppose it could be, but I think it's more along the lines like in just different circumstances and experiences you've had in life, where you've been somehow, some point or another, been dealt some kind of shitty hand, or just really had a lot of people or odds against you, and you were able to maneuver it to where everything worked out in your favor. And people have experienced this with you or seen you do it, get mind blown, and they never forget you for that, because it's like you turn an impossible situation possible and in your favor. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for you today. This is what makes you guys unforgettable. Really unique and interesting energy. So I really enjoyed reading this. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I will see you guys in another reading. I hope you will feel called to like and subscribe. See you guys later.